Hey, what's going on, boys? Welcome back to Inbox, the show that's not so much about the gameplay, but is more about your questions and my answers to them. How's that for a callback? Welcome back, guys. It's been a while. I've been out of the office recently. I've been to San Diego for TwitchCon. I've been to fucking Melbourne for PAX Australia. Just having a good time, hanging out with people, having a lot of cool conversations, making a lot of funny shit. So yeah, I'm gonna get back into the swing of things, and let's get started. Hey, Schlatt. If you even do see this in the waves and waves of emails, this guy gets it. I'd like some advice from you since you seem like a smart guy. I've just started high school about a month ago, and all my friends have gone to a different school. I'm by myself with little to no friends, and still haven't made any new ones. And I also don't have enough confidence in myself or how I look that I'll be any good at making new friends. Any advice would be greatly appreciated. I was in the same boat as you, man, and I was miserable for the first couple of years of high school until I realized that you get out what you put in. And in my case, I was not making any effort to get new friends or to make my experience enjoyable in the slightest, man. I had just resigned myself. I knew that I, couldn't make new friends. I didn't want to make new friends. I wanted to be upset for whatever reason. And so I was for a while. And it was a new school, just like you. I had no friends here, didn't know a single soul. And my parents were like, well, just go to a club, And I showed up. And I did nothing, and I sat there and I watched all the upperclassmen talk. And then when the club was over, I went home, and that was it. And I thought that that was what I had to do, and it wasn't the case until I actually started involving myself in the club. I'm talking about the computer club because I'm a fucking nerd. But in any case, I think extracurriculars are the best way to do it. I think if you're looking for people to connect with, there's no better way to find those people than to go to an extracurricular after school, before school, whenever it is, whenever it's held, whatever broad umbrella of things you're interested in. Your high school is going to have a club for it, and you should go. And you shouldn't just sit there and watch the meetings. You should get involved in the meetings, and you should get involved in the activities the club does. I only started making friends in high school once I involved myself, and once I started on working on these robotics and computer programming projects that we were working on, it simply didn't click with me until I realized, you know what? This is not just more school, right? I'm not here just because I have to be here. I'm here because I'm making an investment into my own personal happiness. This isn't more investment into schoolwork. I'm here to meet people who are going to make my life better. And in my case, that's exactly what I did. And it took me way too long to figure that out. And I don't want you to go through the same thing I did. I want you to get started at a club. I want you to get involved in a club. That is what I want for you. I think that'll be a great way for you to not go through high school just hating everything. Friends aren't going to care about how you look. They're not going to care about how much confidence you have. They just want someone to connect with over things they're interested in. And that's what clubs are for. So go to a club, get involved, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Hi, J.S. Chlatt. I hope no one pretended to be me. I was in chat for Mario Kart Podcast. Okay. First is just exposition. Second paragraph. I've always been one of those girls that's just like one of the boys because I find it easier to befriend guys. I generally agree with that. I think guys are a lot more easygoing. I actually think memes about women can be funny, like if she breathes, she's a thought, or hippity hoppity, women are property. I've recently been thinking about making videos or streaming. However, I sometimes feel like the only way I'd be successful would be to feed into me being sexualized or demeaned. I guess that's okay if it stays a joke, but it scares me. I don't think I'd be able to keep it from going too far. I know your fans really respect you as a creative and smart person, but the meme is that they like to hear you get mad at stuff. I'm just curious on your opinion about this. Sorry if that's too political. I'm going to answer these as they come. So this paragraph is about finding success on Twitch or YouTube as a girl who doesn't want to be known for just her looks, right? And doesn't want that to become, the crutch of the entire community. And it sucks because a lot of people on Twitch are known just for that. And just look at Just Chatting. Look at the Just Chatting section, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And it will be abundantly clear why these people are popular. And it's, it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't think that's the best shtick to have. But some people like it. There's an audience for it. Just like there's an audience for people who actually have more than that to offer. I think it's entirely possible to have a community that is not centered around, your tits. I think it's entirely possible. But no matter what you build the community around, there's always going to be that group of people who just doesn't quite get it, for lack of a better description. And you just got to learn to not care about it. That's the best advice. You mentioned the fact that you don't smoke or drink. I also don't, and don't plan to. I think our reasoning is similar, and I haven't met many people that think the same. My friends hung out with me less when we graduated because I didn't smoke or drink with them, and it made them feel bad. If something like that happened to you, what did you/would you do? For the most part, no. Mainly because the people I was friends with in high school were making robots in high school, and now they're doing even better things. Partying was never on my to-do list. It was never on my list of priorities, and as a result, I was never really put into situations where I had to, where I was like losing friends over my sobriety. Friends will not push you to do something. They will not exclude you because you choose not to do something. And if they fail to see what you bring to the table sober, that's their loss. That's their loss. There's not a lot of bad reasons to be sober, and you'd think they'd respect you for that. All right, let's go to the third one. I'm currently taking Intro to Digital Video in community college, and I have a little bit of video editing experience from school projects. Basically, she wants to know any advice I'd give to a beginner editor, and if I ever would consider doing like a video editing stream or a tutorial or something of that nature. And as far as advice for beginner editors goes, you just have to do it. This is one of those things that you learn by doing and watching and getting inspiration and mimicking it and building off of it, and finding your own style and what works for you. I can't tell you the surefire best way to edit something. You can always put your own spin on it, and it'll probably be better. And as far as streaming, the editing process goes, I have tried it, and it was generally an unpleasant experience, mainly because, when I'm editing, I like to be in my Zen mode. I usually edit when it's like 5 a.m., and I'm watching the sun come up, and I'm sipping on a fucking Yoo-hoo, and I'm not talking to anybody, and no one's awake, so no one can even annoy me, and I'm certainly not prioritizing interacting with chat or reading alerts or anything like that. So in terms of streaming it, no. It's not my cup of tea at all. But I wouldn't rule out anything like a tutorial video. I'm generally cool with helping people with this kind of stuff, so wouldn't rule that out. Thank you for the letter. Thank you for the questions. Boys, that's going to do it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, you can email me. I do try to read all of them. However, it's gotten to the point where I'm getting like 1,000 emails per episode now. So, and if you actually, need urgent help, I can't recommend writing to me as the first way to deal with things, but I do appreciate it. And until next time, I'll see you later.